Welcome to the information session and seminar on PRECs, the Personal Real Estate Corporation. My name is Aaron Richardson. I'm the General Manager and Partner here at Century 21 Heritage Group. And I want to go through just our procedure in terms of opening up a PREC for you, as well as maybe why you may want a PREC and why you may not want a Personal Real Estate Corporation. So it's an information session. Please make sure that you do consult a tax specialist or accountant when discussing your personal situation as to what you want to do to benefit from possibly opening up a personal real estate corporation. As well, a lawyer will need to be possibly involved, obviously, to open up that corporation too. But let's go through some information first. Overview, we're going to talk about why having a PREC, your RECO PREC checklist that they provide, the PREC 21 C21 PREC sign up, as well as the agreement you'll be signing. Everything that needs to be signed needs to be reviewed by your manager just to make sure it's all there. And then they'll send it off to our accounting department to have that set up. So let's first of all talk about why having a PREC. So in Ontario, it can provide several tax benefits for real estate agents. And I'm going to go through some examples of that, but very simply put, by setting up a PREC, you may be able to take advantage of the lower corporate tax rate. You may be looking to do some income splitting with family members, deferring taxes on income earned through the corporation. Okay, but it's important to consult with the financial legal professional in order to understand the specific benefits and requirements by setting up that PREC in Ontario. Now, a little bit more into a real life situation. Let's just say you and your spouse both have good incomes. One's in real estate, the other might be in a different industry. Let's say your spouse is paying all the personal your mortgage, your car payments, heat, hydro, your food, all the personal expenses you have in life is taken care of by one spouse that is not in real estate. You have your real estate license, you're earning an income that goes into a personal real estate corporation. That income can be put into the corporation and used for investment, or let's say future income for retirement, or it's a vehicle to put it into a corporation, be taxed at a lower rate, and then used later when needed. Okay, not unlike a RSP and or an opportunity to do, let's say, a investment in real estate, buying a house and setting up a separate holding account or holding corporation in order to purchase investments. And that can be done through the corporation, not through the PREC, but a different corporation, I believe. So talk to your accountant about those opportunities if you should be in that scenario. But that's a good example of why you might want it, why you might not want it, obviously, as well. I'm not sure if I've got the drawbacks here. While there are potential benefits, obviously, in Ontario, there's some consideration to keep in mind. I'm just going to read this out and then we'll go through that example. One potential drawback is setting up and maintaining the PREC can involve additional costs. Administrative work may include legal fees, accounting fees, ongoing record keeping. Additionally, setting up a PREC might not be beneficial for real estate agents who do not earn enough income to justify the additional expenses and effort involved. So to open up a corporation, yes, you're going to have to keep meeting minutes, books, separate tax situation there in terms of costs for maintaining that corporation. So that overhead and removal of money from the corporation for personal use, it does not involve any tax savings if you're needing to use that. So your typical real estate agent, where your income pays for your expenses every year, it's not going to be a savings. So you do need to speak with a specialist on that. And to make sure it's a benefit to you, unless you're postponing using that money to a later date and or using it for other investments, then it wouldn't make a lot of sense. And you do need, obviously, to be in different tax brackets as well in order to have that make sense. The RECO checklist. Now, this is being provided. Any of the documents you'll see here are going to be provided in the links below in the video, and or if you're on the Excel training platform, in the resource section off to your left-hand side. So let's look at the RECO checklist. I am not going to read this off for you because you can read it yourself and make sure that these things are being done, but making sure that you understand that there is criteria that you need to meet. Okay. There are PREC conditions as well, and different ways that you need to set up that PREC corporation with your, and I'm going to say lawyers usually set this up for you. So they'll make sure that it's done correctly as well. Going on further, the agreement between the brokerage, PREC, and controlling shareholder, which will be set up by, again, the corporation that you set up. The brokerage obligations, as we will do for you, and we have that outlined in the upcoming PDF I'm going to show you. The registrant or the controlling shareholder obligations as well. So obviously different things you have to make sure the way that the corporation is set up. And I will not go into the details. I'm not a lawyer or a tax specialist to go through this, but this is a very good checklist in order to give to your lawyer or tax specialist. There is also a RECO frequently asked questions section on the resource section as well in Excel that we've provided. So here's all the different things they go through. All the questions that you may have can be answered in this document. So as we go through that, let me just, I'll go, what I've done here is just provided the questions, the answers will be in that document, just so you know. Okay, next is the sign-up sheet. This is what we will need. If you decide that this is the vehicle you would like to go with regards to your payment of commissions, which is setting up the personal real estate corporation, you will need to do that and then provide and fill in this form. Again, we have that in the resource section. Your registered name, your RECO registration number, phone number, email, home, your corporation name, which you'll set up, the corporation business number, which they will give you, address for service, the HST. You will need to call and get a separate HST number for your corporation, and you need to provide that to us. The date of the incorporation, the corporate bank account direct deposit number. So you're going to want us to pay your corporation, so we need that information. And a corporate credit card is probably a good idea as well. And we'll need that. The commencement date that you would like to start this, and that means if you do have any pending closings, they need to occur before, or you need to get this in before those closings happen. Okay, so we cannot go back after a closing and then take the money out of your personal and put it into the corporation. Can't do that. RECO won't allow us. It has to be in place and ready to go prior to that close date. We will need a few things. So a copy of the certificate of incorporation, a copy of the articles of incorporation, that new HST number, and the deposit banking information for the PREC. So these are the things we need. We need this filled in. This is what a manager is going to make sure is done. We cannot take a half-filled form. You can call CRA. Here's the number on CRA to get your HST, and that should hopefully won't take you too long. This is the independent contractor agreement that we must, as a brokerage, sign with your corporation. Again, attached to the resource section. And I'm not going to read this to you because you're going to get bored and then you'll hit stop on this video. So, but going through this, it's not unlike a typical independent contractor agreement that you signed when you were with signing up with us. Same idea. It's with the corporation though, so that the corporation can get paid. So I'll go through that until I get to the signature page. So the parties have executed this agreement as of, and then the date at which point in time we will now be paying your corporation. You will need to, we will need to sign this. Okay, so your manager can sign on behalf of Heritage Group. So they'll sign, put the manager's name and the title, obviously manager. And then you'll have the corporation PREC's name and then the signature from you, because you will be the 100% signing voting shareholder, and your name and your title. And you'll see that in your corporation, you probably put yourself as the president. The signature of the shareholder, which is you, and the name of the shareholder again is you. Okay, so that's how that works. The schedule A, B, and C, really, I will tell you, all we need is Schedule A. Technically, Schedule B and C is in the articles. So the directors and the shareholder registers would be named in the articles of incorporation. So not to worry, we will just need the articles of corporation. Okay, so have that done, and your credit card authorization form must be filled out. We need a credit card on file to have any of the expenses charged for that. There is no cost associated from setting it up on our standpoint. We'll process this. What our administration will do is register that with RECO, the corporation's name and everything, and then you're all set to go. So make sure that all this information is filled in. Make sure you do understand the risks and benefits associated with having a personal real estate corporation. And then we'll be all set, and we will be able to pay that corporation for you. If you have any questions at any point in time, feel free to reach out to myself, any of the management team, our accounting department, and we will get you all set up. Take care and have a great day, and happy selling.